Tonight on CTV, hear about the new information regarding Poudre School District's new mask mandate, as well as how UC Health plans to gain more employees.
Then learn how CSU's new study method is improving students' grades, and all you need to know about what's happening at the Beijing Winter Olympics.
All that and more on CTV starting now.
Good evening, Rams. I'm Ashley Jones-Sykes.
And I'm Ren Wadsworth. Thank you for tuning in with us tonight. Coronavirus changed the learning environment for students, but some normalcy is returning to Poudre School District as the mask mandate is set to be lifted. Students at Fort Collins High School and high schools like it across the world have spent half of their career living in the reality of COVID learning. But the Poudre School District is returning some normalcy to the classroom by lifting the mask mandate. The decision came days after Larimer County announced that facial coverings would no longer be required indoors after the 12th of February. PSD Superintendent Brian Kingsley believes that the change may bring unease to families, but encourages that through grace to one another, the school district will persist.
Regardless of how we feel, and we're not always going to agree, and that's okay, but regardless of how we feel, it is so critically important that we continue to put dignity, honor, and respect at the forefront of our communications.
So it's masks off for Poudre School District and Larimer County. But what about Colorado State University? CSU and the pandemic preparedness team have another plan and will be keeping the mask mandate for the time being. Rams explain their feelings to the mask lift.
Personally, I don't really care. I'm still going to wear my mask inside the classroom or inside buildings as well.
I'm excited for it. As long as everything's safe and within reason, I think it's a good thing, and for people who still want to wear them, they should be more than invited to.
Whatever your decision may be on facial coverings in the coming weeks, the end of the mandated masks may just mean a shift to normalcy. For more information on the mandate in Larimer County, tune in Thursday. I don't know about you, Ashley, but I kind of really like masks. They kind of keep me warm in the winter.
I agree with you, but it looks like the weather is starting to change.
I think a lot of stuff is changing lately.
Absolutely. Now, this mandate is not the only change coming out of Poudre School District. Abby MacPhail joins us live in the studio with more. Abby?
That's right, Ashley. The COVID-19 pandemic has made some pretty obvious changes to the school system. From Zoom classes to mask mandates, the education system has had to accommodate. However, there are changes that aren't so obvious. The teacher shortage is impacting many, including one teacher at Poudre High School.
After nearly 2 years of the COVID-19 pandemic, educators like math teacher Krista Stoll are now seeing a teacher shortage, as well as the effects in local classrooms.
So the teacher shortage has directly impacted me and my school in the respect of just kind of a lack of resources. We are short in janitors. We're short in substitute teachers as well, which I think is probably the biggest impact. The teacher shortage has also impacted students in the fact that we really don't have as many teachers applying for these jobs. So where we used to have tons of applicants and be able to pick from like the cream of the crop, we're kind of hoping people will choose to pursue this as a career. So it may not be right now that we're seeing the impact, but I think down the road, maybe we won't have as high quality of teaching. I'm hoping that's not the case, but it is a possibility. I don't know, I think that teaching is one of those careers that you choose it not because of the money or the vacations, which are always nice. You choose it because you care about other people, to be able to interact with people, to guide them through their lives. And me specifically in high school, I think what's really great is pushing students to think about what they want to do with their lives, push for their college dreams and their careers, I think is just such a great benefit to the job.
The teacher shortage may take a while to come back from. The national education system predicted that by the end of the 2021 school year, nearly 1 in 4 teachers left their jobs. This issue continues to afflict schools, but as aspiring teachers continue to complete their education and enter the workforce, there is a hope to bounce back. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Abby. The healthcare field has seen a critical decline in workers, and UC Health is implementing an initiative to prevent further losses. The Ascend Career Program is attempting to grow the workforce by funding applicants, education, and certification. The aim is to eliminate the financial burden that may prevent some healthcare students from finishing school. UC Health believes it is crucial to take action now as population growth and retiring workers is outgrowing the number of healthcare workers entering the workforce. The plan aims to be available to anyone who is interested by offering to pay for any level of education needed for the career after the applicants are already employed.
A coronavirus testing chain in Colorado has been ordered by the state to close immediately. The order came from the Colorado Attorney General after the company failed to comply with testing reporting requirements. Additionally, the Again medical groups received several complaints from patients about not receiving results. Their testing centers across the state were issued a cease and desist, and all sites complied.
Changing academic majors used to be a tedious process comprised of sheets of paper and visiting the office of the registrar in person. Now it has been moved to an online platform that greatly simplifies the process. This tool launched today and can be done through RamWeb. Now, once students express an interest in major change, their academic advisor will use this online tool to initiate the change. This will automatically transfer into RamWeb, allowing the student to finish the process. After the school processed over 12,000 major changes last year, this revised method can make a huge change for both students and staff.
Fort Collins' biannual Bike to Work or Wherever Day is rolling in and plans to take over Fort Collins. The celebration encourages citizens of Fort Collins to bike, walk, bus, or take alternative transportation to your destination for the day. Bike to Work Day aims to have a more active and eco-conscious public, even just for a day. This year's event is planned for Friday and is led by Transportation Planning Department FC Moves. Over 70 Fort Collins businesses are participating in the day's events, and a full list of stations across town can be found at fcgov/BTWD.
To tell us if it will be warm enough for Bike to Work Day is Kristen McAllister up next with weather. Stay tuned.
Welcome back from the break, Rams.
Sabrina Fulton, the mother of Trayvon Martin, will be giving a keynote speech as a part of CSU's celebration for Black History Month. How are students feeling about the upcoming speech?
The upcoming keynote speaker, Sabrina Fulton, has many people wondering what she has to say and why it's important. The last time she was here, her speech was centered around the killing of her son, Trayvon Martin. Although Fulton will be joining us virtually, Dwayne Ruff, the director of the Black and African American Cultural Center, tells us what he thinks about students choosing this unique speaker.
I think she's a phenomenal and strong woman for what she went through and what she's turned it into. So I applaud students for choosing her, and I appreciate the fact that she's coming twice, and I get to hear her speak twice.
Fulton spoke at CSU in 2015 and addressed many concerns people had regarding justice and equality. Student Joseph Adinamo says he's looking forward to the upcoming event.
Personally, I didn't get the opportunity to see her prior, so this will be really riveting for me. It'll be really a new experience, and I just want to see what she has to say and see her input on our community as a whole. So before she came here on the cause of fighting for someone that she cared about, but now she's talking about herself and the endeavors and the obstacles that she's been through, and also the come-ups that she's made.
The keynote will take place Thursday at 6 in the afternoon in the Laurie Student Center. Another keynote will also be featured by author and social entrepreneur Nicole Lynn Lewis.
Black History Month is well underway, and this event is just one of many. Visit baacc.colostate.edu to see some more exciting upcoming events.
Some struggling with classes are working with Megan Houlihan, head of the CSU Library Student Success Unit, to look at research from a creative perspective. By helping students find reputable sources, explore library databases, and analyze sources available in historical records, Houlihan is empowering students to find the most useful information to frame their research. Houlihan is particularly focused on helping history students at the moment and wants students to personally engage with history because finding a variety of different primary and secondary sources is extremely important for their projects. Students are saying they feel more confident in their learning capabilities and comfortable using digital library resources.
According to professors at CSU, the U Behavior System is helping students improve their grades by tracking progress. Students in General Microbiology, a challenging course, were seeing increases by almost a letter grade. New behavior has been adjusted and improved over the course of 3.5 years to promote good study habits in students, and it seems to have a positive effect. The system can be employed in almost any class. If other challenging courses like physics adapted this system, it's possible to see students excelling at almost the same rate as students in microbiology.
Wolf reintroduction has been a big discussion in Colorado for quite some time. With their re-debut in the state comes new challenges for farmers and ranchers. Luckily, a Fort Collins man is keeping his rancher's land safe without disturbing the wolves. Former Steamboat Springs resident Dale Baker is now the first and only volunteer range rider at Don Gittleston's pasture. His job is to make sure wolves stay away from Gittleston's cattle, which have experienced wolf attacks in the past. Accomplishing this task will be as simple as patrolling the ground multiple times a night, flashing lights into the shrubs and onto the cattle. At the moment, this small but meaningful task will protect Gittleston's ranch. Baker is not sure how long he will stay as the volunteer, but his love for conservation and wolves will keep him motivated for quite some time.
A develop and design build firm company which is based in Fort Collins was recently awarded the Habitat for Humanity's annual Hometown Hero Award. The Needham Company was selected based on its outstanding years of service, including project management, cost containment, Habitat for Humanity $1.5 million. With a new and interesting approach to design, development, and construction projects, the Needham Company continues to build and strengthen communities from across the country to right here in Fort Collins. Well, Rams, that's all the news we have for you tonight.
But stick around, Emily Kozel is up next with all you need to know about the world of sports. Stay tuned.